And welcome to this CON.EX home training. What we're going to do for you this week is another set of exercises that you can use to maintain your training at home. Training is one of the things that's going to help our immune system to defend and keep ourselves healthy and safe during this corona outbreak. So stay safe out there, everybody. A little bit more about CON.EX. CON.EX is about connecting movement internally, so it's an internally experience on your training. So it's not as much about how many reps can you do or how much weight can you lift. It's about how it all feels inside and how can that help me to perform even better with whatever I do. This week we're going to do it in a 30-30, so we're going to do 30 seconds of work, 30 seconds of rest. We're going to do that 2 times per exercise, and we're going to do that for 2 rounds. There's 5 exercises all up, and let's just crack it on. Oh, by the way, before I forget, I know this is new to some of you out there who hasn't been in our gym and training with us on the mat, but we're working on doing a follow along or another type of session where you can kind of get the full experience and the full training. But we're working on that, so for now this is what you can use. The first exercise we're going to do is it's going to do a side lunge. So I'm going to stand with my feet about hip width apart. I'm going to pull my shoulders down and back, and I'm going to squeeze my elbows into the side so I feel a little bit of tension on my upper back here. And then I'm going to step out to one side, and as I'm stepping out, one leg is straight, and I'm going to pull myself back so I feel my hamstrings working, contact on the floor. I'm keeping my knee above my toes, and I'm trying not to push my knees too far forward so I feel my heel lifting, but keeping that triangle on the foot in contact with the ground. And I'm going to push the ground away, so push my foot into the ground and my hip up and forward, and push myself back up into the start position, keeping again my shoulders down onto the other side. Exhale as I'm landing and inhaling as I'm coming up. Short inhale, powerful exhale. If you feel your arms are moving a bit too much and it's hard to get that tension, then take this is a yoga block, but it could be a brick, it could be a book, or iPad, whatever, but something you can squeeze onto your hands, keeping your shoulders down, again squeezing your hands into the book or the iPad or whatever you have, and squeezing your elbows, and then down and back, and again, and feeling that contact on the floor, and feeling your hip powering you up.
It really helps the balance. So if there's anything off with the balance, then grab something and squeeze it. And the balance is...
Keeps that tension, keeps your core active. So that's the first exercise. The second exercise we're going to do is going to do a leg thread. So on this, I'm going to go down on the floor. I'm going to put my elbows in, shoulders are down again, and when I'm here on my hands and knees, I'm going to tuck my pelvic underneath, put my feet on, and then push my heels back. I'm going to keep that hollow body position, and here I'm going to pull one knee up towards the opposite elbow, as far up as I can. I'm going to try to maintain that pelvic tuck and that push back on the heel on the straight leg. If I feel my balance is good enough, as I'm pulling my knee up, I can lift that elbow up. So elbow meets knee. You're going to try and maintain. If it starts getting too hard, then I can rest with a little bit of weight on my knee up here, still pushing that heel back, or of course go down on your knees, a little bit of a break, but try not to push back. As soon as you push back, then the exercise is over, so we're not training. It's only 30 seconds, and I'm sure you can do it. Push back, hold that position, and then once the 30 seconds is gone, you can get up and move on to the next exercise once you've done it twice. The next exercise we call a wall hold. And for this, all we need basically is a wall. And you can do the knock test just to make sure that it's safe enough to be on the wall. And then you're gonna
one time experience.
the tip of your big toe on the floor. And then you're gonna try and pull your hip down and back as far as you can. So I'm trying to squeeze, use my hamstrings to pull myself back. My elbows are in the floor,
shoulders are down and packed and elbows close to my knees. And I'm going to tuck on my pelvic. So I'm going to keep that tuck. And the more I tuck underneath, the more I press my elbows in. Then magically my knees just lift off the floor, and I try to hold that position without lifting up, but pulling myself down and back, feeling the whole foot in contact with the floor. I'm just going to keep that
Tension there for about 30 seconds. If a need be, down, reset that tension on the body, put your knees in, find that tension again, and then hold it. If you find it's too easy, then we have a little bit of a trick for you.
More magic.
More magic. More magic. Here, just do a little bit of a jump, and then your feet ends up on the floor, on the wall, and then you're going to keep again that tension, holding flat foot on, squeezing in, and keeping that
Tension underneath, that tuck underneath the pelvic that we just had in our leg thread version before. Now that's exercise number 3. Then we walk on to exercise number 4. And here I'm going to sit back down again, so my arms in front, and we're going to pull down as far as I can. Again, make sure you feel how your knees are doing. If you feel that you get cramps in your foot, you can put your toes in, or preferably put something underneath that I can press onto so my foot doesn't touch the ground. Arms in front, shoulders are down and back, and I'm going to pull my shoulder blades apart, put my elbows down onto the ground, hold that pelvic tuck, and I'm going to pull myself forward. So start off with, I can leave my elbows on the floor, but keeping that tuck underneath, and then push myself back. Squeeze in, pull forward, or I can lift my elbows off the floor, push myself back. And if you feel you can and you want to test how that tension on your core is as you push forward or pull forward, you straighten your legs at the very end, without that losing that core connection and that feeling of connection through your hands into your core and down into your feet. Then from there, we're going to use that tension, and we're going to go into a gecko, low gecko. So here I'm on my elbows again, palms of my hands in the ground, my knees in, toes in. I'm going to lift my knees just slightly off the floor and keeping that core engaged, shoulders down and packed. And then I'm going to lift opposite hand and leg, or arm and leg up and out to the side, but keeping myself low. I can walk forward a bit if need be, but I'm going to try and keep my upper back as still as possible so that I'm not lifting up or losing that core extension, core tension. And so I'm going to, almost like I'm floating across the floor. If the load is too hard, then as I'm down, I can put one knee on the floor but keeping the toe in and lifting. So now I have knee on, but there's still connection on my foot, down and lifting again. It could also be that I'm only lifting my legs out to the side, just to feel where my tensions are.
Yeah. So the focus is not how high you can pull your arms
The
and
focus is never how high, it's how big a movement can I hold my technique in.
Yeah.
So that might be just a centimeter off the floor with one arm, and then I feel myself collapsing somewhere. It's never the end position. It's holding that tension, holding your technique, making sure what's going on inside your body, how your muscles are reacting. And the better you are at maintaining that tension, then the arms and legs are going to move out to the sides with ease, and you're not even thinking about it. So 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, twice with each exercise, and you're going to do that for 2 rounds. That's 20 minutes. There's a decompress that we're going to upload. Either it's already been uploaded, it's going to be uploaded later today, that you can do at the end of the training to shut down your nervous system again. Stay safe out there, and again, we're planning on getting you guys something that you can actually do more of a follow along, so we can keep guiding you as you're doing your training as well. Stay safe and take care.